been around and know what I'm saying. So it's not a fan base, man. You know, look at club. You know what I mean? You either with it or you're not with it. Here's to the story and big up yours. So I always encourage people to make sure climb the ladder. Yeah, man. Get as far in life as is possible. Sky's the limit. You know, break the ceiling and all these other sayings. But I'm also the person who will be the first to tell you, don't forget where you come from. Because old time people always tell you, that a monkey climb the more I'm exposed. And the further up the ladder you go, the further the drop. A lot of people realize that you see when them go through them struggle and them go through them heartache and them go through them, all they got blood, sweat and tears. Yeah man, and when them reach and them go so, them tell you say, no, them now look behind them again, I done them done with round there so. Cause now them reach where them a go and a straight ahead is the journey. No problem. But what when the day come, when you drop, from which part you reach? You think it's impossible? It's not impossible. The people who climb the highest part of the ladder can fall and the people who are at the lowest part of the ladder can watch them come right down while them a climb and go up. One of the biggest mistakes you make in life is thinking that you own the ladder. You can't own the ladder of life. The ladder of life is unpredictable. Many people find them success in different ways. Many people reach to a certain point. Some people reach to a point and them not going any further. Some people reach to a point and they just keep going. And some people are at the top of the ladder. But just know this. If you believe that while you're climbing the ladder of life, if you forget where you're coming from, let me talk to someone where they left from the deepest part of rural, you know the part where they're behind the part, where they're around the back part, behind rural, round there so. You not tell nobody say around there come from? Why? You shame around there? You mean to tell me say no, you're a big time executive. And unless somebody put you on profile to talk about it, you don't want to talk about it? You mean to tell me say the only time we know say you did have hard struggles is when you get big award and you want to glorify the award? Why? So all them years there, when you did forget where you come from, I never say you must chain on yourself from where you come from, I never say you must each round the same way and stay around there while you become successful. I'm saying it is easy for people to forget where they're coming from. Always remember this. It don't matter how much money you have today. Remember the time when you never have two pair of shoes. As a matter of fact, somehow you can remember a time when the 2 foot of shoes you did have on the one pair was not necessarily the exact same 2 foot of shoes. You remember the time when you never go to school because your brother have to go to school and you go the day and him not go to school neither. You remember the day when you only have one uniform and it wash every day. So how all of a sudden now you have a tendency to use the term these people when you talk about people who are no longer in your social range? How all of a sudden you get to a point where you look down on a security guard and talk to him like say, you feel say him is the mat at the front of your townhouse? How all of a sudden you want to talk to the waitress and style the waitress like say, she on her little low paying job and she come give you attitude and the most and rave. You forget say, your mother used to go to market early in the morning before daylight and sell in the market all the way so till you drop asleep and you never see her. You forget say that send you go to school so you could have become somebody. You think a little bit of disrespect your mother go through with people in the market? And all of a sudden now, imagine that. Somebody has said to you now, so what? I could go to market, go buy some things. Ooh, me? That dirty place? I would never visit that market. Then you used to sit outside your mother every Friday evening. You left school early and go sit outside your mother market. Now you used to sit down there at market, sat there. Me not understand you. How all of a sudden you reach to the point where the very same things you used to do, now when water lock off, you come on social media and make it understood. Can you imagine? I've been without water for an hour and I'd really like to shower after a hard day's work. Of course, because you pay your water bill. But life get better now, don't it? Because you used to walk at least 1.5 miles to get upon a water, and a 3 trip you used to take. And remember, say, if cow run it down on the water dash way, a problem. You used to walk go to school, remember? Yeah. You used to go through a whole heap of things in your life. And I say, now that you've got to the point where that's no longer your life, I'm not telling you to walk with it like a medal around your neck or always tell the whole world about it. But be very careful when you have a tendency to be scornful against certain kind of living, scornful against certain kind of people, disrespectful to people who you see now lower than you. Because the big mistake you did make is while you was coming up in life, you used to talk about, you see, any day me reach us up, member say what? Member say what? Member say you're going to now understand what it feel like to pay due respect to people. Because the lady who have sweep the street early in the morning, she's the reason why you can now walk on clean street. So when you're coming from your nice little party them and your clubs and your early morning festivities, and you see these people and you say, oh boy, I could have never do one of them job there. You feel like you want to go back to your village, your very small community around that one part, and go look upon people and tell them now, say, oh, you know, look at them as little people. Or better so, you realize now, you not drive your hot car, go back around that one part, but everybody where they come a foreign and rent car and come back to Jamaica to bring your things. You used to drive, come around, they don't. Because it's been ages since you've been back from whence you came. And it's simple. Think about it. Look into yourself and ask yourself, are you ashamed of where you're from? Or is it that you just forget where you come from? No matter which horse you ride today, always remember, especially when you're coming from far. Here's to the story. That's Rodney's story.